us to be wise. The decisions that we make for the good of all those that have placed our trust in our leadership, our service as teachers as well. Give us insight to lead with integrity. Make us faithful stewards of the many blessings that we have been given. God, give us as we strive a good teachers to serve with compassion and to unite all our brothers and sisters wherever they may be. Bless our colleagues both near and far, like Mary, our mother did. May we be humble servants, always open to your invitation. In gratitude, we ask this in the name of Jesus the Christ. Through the power of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
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 Thank you very much. That's been well said, and the right person was chosen anyway. You must be a true priest. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to officially, the meeting has been officially opened with the word of prayer by Mr. Mugalia Jackson, a PE biology teacher from Uganda. Thank you so much for that wonderful prayer and commitment. And I believe as we roll down to get this brief report of the Uganda Physical Education Teachers Association, Upeta, in abbreviation, will be indeed a grateful thing. Of course, the presenter is none other than Mr. Chirabo Peter Frederick on behalf of the Upeta EXCOM. But later on along the journey, after I've done this, colleagues are also going to give a recap of a few things. Then, of course, we shall have various reactions in regards to how best we can move forward. But so far, I want to thank you members who have come on board. Thank you so much for sparing this time and sacrificing your festive season time to be able to be together with us. We would love to have this physical, but because of the varying challenges financially and economically, and also given the distances we have, the best way is to get online. So I believe that wherever we are in our comfort zones or in our living rooms, we are able to get forward and have the most appropriate way to make ourselves comfortable, to listen and to share from each other. And we can still learn. We're in the 21st century, and we can't avoid the fact that we can miss out online meetings or even Zoom meetings. So as we go forward, our agenda has been properly displayed. We have the opening prayer, the communication from the chairperson, which I'm going to do, then review and presentation from the regional coordinators who are present, and then plan for the year 2024, and then reactions from members, and then closure. So after doing all these presentations, then we shall have, of course, reactions from members. Then we see what members have to say as far as what we have presented is concerned as accounting officers in this regard. And then we shall get members' take, and then finally we see how we strategize way forward for the future, or to re-emphasize the various activities we've been able to execute. So dear colleagues, I'm so impressed. Maybe for starters, allow me to call upon the EXCOM members to introduce themselves just right now. I would have done that, but let them do so, those who are online, as they mentioned. Let me start with Linika. Is Linika?
All right. Thank you, Mr. Chairperson. I request members who are not speaking to mute their mics.
Mute your microphones.
Because we are getting feedback. My name is Lungi. I'm a teacher of physical education, and I'm currently serving as a general secretary, appointed general secretary in Upeta. Thank you.
Thank you, Linika. Yes, Mr. Okello.
Yes, good morning, everyone. I'm Okello Robert, coordinator physical education, West Nile region. I'm a teacher of physical education. in one of the schools in Nebi district, secondary school member. Thank you so much for this meeting, and thank you for everyone who is attending. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Mr. Otto. Mr. Otim Dennis. Mr. Otim Dennis.
I hope you can hear me.
Yes, Mr. Otim.
Yes, Dennis Otim is my name. I represent Mbale Dororo region, and currently I'm teaching Rogan School. I'm physical education and biology teacher. I'm also supposed to give the money and the finances of Upeta. Thank you so much.
Okay, you're welcome, Mr. Dennis Otim. Yes, Mugiro Kenneth, are you there? Mr. Chagira Akim from Midwestern. All right, Mr. Mona. Mr. Mona from the Lango region, are you there? Okay, dear friends, those who are not yet, I think, on board, I'm seeing some of them, their either mics are muted. We shall continue. So, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to welcome you once again officially to this meeting. And the members who have just introduced themselves are the regional coordinators in the various entity, in the various area, so they can be able to understand what transpires with them. Now, having done that, allow me to go straight on to my presentation quickly so that now members can be able to. I want to begin with the proposed Upeta logo. This logo was raised up. As far as the organization is concerned, Upeta, we said we shall come up with a logo, and this is the logo we came up with, which we put on the platform, the Upeta platform, for purposes of vetting and also being able to adjust it. We don't want to be rigid with this logo, but we want members to be able to come up with good ideas of construction. If you are a good artist, please, you can improve this logo in any way and then post it back, and then we can be able to vet and be able to verify so we can all accept and agree the best way to go forward. But so far, this is what you've been able to use, and we're using it until further notice. So members, take note of that. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to begin from preamble. I hope my presentation is clear. We, the founders of the Uganda Physical Education Teachers Association, I want to say this, that realizing the need for mutual cooperation among all physical education teachers and various government physical education departments, organizations, we, recognizing the need for our participation in the development of ourselves, our schools and our communities, our nation and the world at large. 3, acknowledging the work done by physical education teachers, the community, the government, and other stakeholders in the education sector. 4, bearing in mind that for sustainable development to take place, physical education teachers should be at the forefront of the programs, projects, and initiatives aimed at achieving the envisaged development of physical education. This preamble is basically bringing out the spirit behind why Upeta was formed. This is basically a preamble to show you why Upeta was formed. I think I can even put here why Upeta came, was formed. Let me put it here so that at least it's very clear for members. Preamble. It spells out why Upeta was formed. We realize the need for mutual cooperation. We realize that we need to participate in the development of ourselves. 3, we wanted to acknowledge that the work done by physical education teachers and community and government need to come together into our common umbrella. 4, we had to bear in mind sustainable development to take place. This formulates the core formation of why Upeta came into existence. And so Upeta was formed, and this is where we have come. We appreciate. To go further, we also came up with mission and objectives, if you can see them very clearly. The mission should be very clear to all of us, and the mission is to contribute to the development of Upeta through improvement and development of programs, provision of financial and material support, and enhancing networking and career development among the physical education teachers. That is our mission. We must develop Upeta per se. We must have programs. We must be financially boosted. We must have the right materials to use for our physical education. And also we must network and also develop our career development so that we can become a strong body that can live on. And what are the objectives of this association? Ladies and gentlemen, is to nurture PE teachers' talent and skills. That's very critical. Promote professionalism among PE teachers. Enhance economic empowerment. Improve the quality of teaching PE. Develop a PE policy, which is of course ongoing with the government. Build a strong networking nationally and internationally. And I've seen many people getting involved, so that's why we are moving in all corners. Then lobby for financial support for various PE activities. You know very well we still lack a lot of finances to enhance physical education. And many institutions, of course, are depending on what we call improvised material. So finances are needed. What has been done? Constitutional consultative meetings and compilation has been done. And I want to report to members that our constitution is complete and done, and it's at the PES department and with the research bureau at the ministry for total approval. For the past 3 months, that's where it's lying. And because the minister has been so busy, we've just been waiting for their hands up. But we believe if they take longer than beyond this moment, by January, for us to go forward and do our job. However, the constitution is done. It was shared among the coordinators, and everybody said, well, this is good to go. Now, after the final approvals, we shall share it generally with everybody. But I should say we have successfully compiled the constitution, and we are ready to roll it down for registration. 2, compilation of the Upeta Code of Conduct. We have also come up with the Upeta Code of Conduct, all documents which have been submitted at the PES, so we are waiting for their approval so that we can move forward as a body we are answerable to at a given point. Capacity building programs have been done. We have had Luwero, Kabale, Chibuli. Now we've included Teso College. We have also included Busoga region, as I will report below. These are programs we've been able to do under capacity and retooling programs, which have gone on very well. I forgot to type it here, sorry. We have got Busoga. And we have got Teso region. So friends, this has taken place, and indeed we are so delighted for the members who have engaged and who were able to come on board. Regional physical education exhibitions, Midwestern region did a good one, and then the Eastern region. So we are hoping next year to have even more, that every region across the 13 regions, we can have all this properly done and to see ourselves going forward. Networking and holding workshops with regional and district sports officers. Various coordinators have been doing this in various regions to enhance the activity and also to ensure we market physical education and make ourselves visible on the ground, despite the challenges that we are facing, as you'll hear from the coordinators. An inaugural national exhibition was held at Chibuli. We thank God for all the regions that came to participate. Honestly, that was a wonderful landmark in the country, the first one of its kind under physical education. It was a powerful one. Promotion of inter-school district physical education interactions for knowledge sharing. Some of the regions have been moving from one school to another. Others have had what we call inter-school even competition sharing. That to me has been a great move. I'm just praying that as we plan for 2024, more of it will be done. So that now people keep on sharing knowledge and enhancing the strength of PE per se in terms of facilitation and also promotion. Created a community and professional physical education and sports teachers. We have had a union. So for purposes of all PE teachers going forward, Diego, I'm seeing you're presenting. Yogo, you're also presenting. Our screen has disappeared. Okay, are you seeing still my presentation, guys?
Yes, the slide is there.
Okay, that's good. So, what am I saying? I'm saying that the only official registered entity and association we're going to have is called Upeta, recognized by the ministry, recognized by the PES department, and as I speak right now, members, we have achieved greatly through marketing ourselves with the ministry, and now we have entered the archives. Even the national policy which is being formulated, Upeta has been fixed there. Ladies and gentlemen, where you have not been, I, Linica, and some other colleagues, we've been always going to the ministry for various meetings, and we have strongly presented issues concerning Upeta, and Upeta has become a strong entity in terms of the policy, and it's going to be highly recognized for that matter. So I want to officially mention to you members that the official group of the Uganda Physical Education Teachers Association that's going to be propagated and managed and mandated is Upeta. We could have so many other small entities, but the official group where all of us should be and be able to formally address ourselves as physical education teachers and promote our voice is Upeta per se. So dear friends, be part of this body, be part of this motion, and let us move forward together, because all of us have a role to play in the development and enhancement of the activity. Then, stop sharing. Yeah, Yogo is presenting something. I don't know what. I hope you're still seeing my screen. Then held a successful test on Bali region and Busoga region PE retooling program from 6th to 20th of December. We are so appreciative of all the facilitators. Some of them are even here, who were able to move. The likes of Linica, I was there, Bashir, Donald, Luke, and many others who were on board that assisted. There's Nadiope, Paul. They did a great job. And I'm glad that some of the facilitators who are at national level are part and parcel of this organization per se. And to me, that's a very positive trend. So I would say, successfully, we have tried to plant to get our roots deep into the soil. All we need to do is now to have a strong voice and a strong financial base, which can enable us organize activities of our own through our particular lobby so that we can move forward. So as I speak, the next time we're going to meet, we shall be presenting the certificates and all the bank accounts to you members. What has delayed us is the PES department approval, which has taken a while. By now, we'll be actually telling you here's the account and here's the certificate. Because the people going to do us that work are more than ready to do it. They're just waiting now for the release of the constitution from the PES department. So ladies and gentlemen, this is the far we've come, and this is how we are moving on. Then, roles of regional coordinators. To be in position to hold regional meetings and evaluation sessions, to coordinate activities of PE from the region of the nationals, to organize regional and national PE festivals, to organize and coordinate regional PE workshops and trainings, to follow up on the proper implementation of the PE curriculum in the region, to compile and keep records of PE teachers in the region, to set up a social media platform for easier coordination in the region, to liaise with ASHU chairpersons in the regions in the promotion of PE as a subject, and then to lobby for funds from various stakeholders in the promotion of PE as a subject. These are the roles as regional coordinators we must enforce. However, a number of shortcomings have been there because all these things require what we call a financial boost, people to move from one place to another. Some has been done, we've reached out a number of organizations, and I think come 2024, we might have so many organizations coming on board, especially for our various regional events, because people want to associate with physical fitness. A lot, and I've realized we can do such a multitude of work when we work. Number of quality tantamount to success once we join hands together and move forward as a team. Challenges and resolutions. Of course, there are a number of challenges across the journey, and I believe these challenges we can share them mutually across. One of the things is negative attitude towards physical education and sports in the community. I believe even in schools, most of the schools are visited. When I was doing my reach tours in one place to another, I realized some teachers even don't consider physical education whatsoever. You find the teacher is the one who is so mindful about his subject, but the administrators are not there. Two, it's a by the way subject. In as much as government has given it what we call a position on the timetable, some institutions are deliberately not even giving it much time and allocation. So that is really critical. Limited equipment for lessons. Many people don't have the equipment to even facilitate their lessons to go on, especially given the big numbers. That's a big challenge. Confusion between physical education and sports as a subject. I've been to various schools in my region, deep down, and sports masters are the ones running physical education in those schools. So that is a very big challenge. And the head teachers are telling me that, it's a sports master, he knows that, he knows everything, so he can run that. So there's a big challenge to understand that a person teaching physical education must be qualified, and there's a difference between a coach and a personnel who is delivering information that is structured in a physical education perspective. So we need to make sure this is properly aligned, and we who are here are able to make this come to pass. Inadequate physical education and sports teachers in Uganda. There's a great inadequacy of PE teachers. But even those who are present, some are not yet employed. And I also realized there are so many who are doing biology, mathematics elsewhere, and for many years they've been they have been based in biology and math, so they just gave up on physical education. They could be there, but some are so lost into biology, into mathematics, and those others are doing maybe economics, others even are doing PE geography, and they're lost in geography. So we have so much that's lying out there. But I believe also amongst us here, there are many who are not yet properly well placed in various positions, especially in government entity jobs. So we wrote a document last time to ask the press department and the ministry to ensure that teachers are considered and they can move positively. Inadequate funds for the workshops. We would intend to have workshops for ourselves, but the funding. And so some of the proposals we're going to make actually in the future is to make sure we have very good subscription fees, and also we have what we call participation fees for the various events, so that now we can be able to keep rising and mounting up our finances. Then inadequate scholastic materials. Books are not so handy. Amongst us here, there are individuals who are coming up with various materials. We are seeing many people getting engaged in MK and in New Vision and so many other places. But of course, we need more writers, and we need a lot of material for reference purposes. And the things that are existing are not even enough. Limited visibility. Of course, our visibility not yet to the topmost, and we still need a lot more as we keep on struggling. But remember, all these things require us to have quality funding and quality stationing. Then employment of unqualified PE teachers is actually on the high rise. People are even quality schools I go to, you find them using teachers who are not qualified. And they say, no, the man knows what to do, and that's it. Because for them, they're looking at PE as a sporting activity. So whoever is interested in sports can go and do PE. It's not a bad area, but we need qualified personnel. And these people also should be taken for qualification. So that now they go through the various curriculum development programs, assessment programs, and also teaching methodologies of physical education per se. Resolutions. We need to do what we call sensitization campaigns across the country, workshops and trainings for physical education and sports teachers, which are ongoing by the PES department. I'm so happy for Madam Hajara for the effort she has exhibited as far as we are concerned. So we have had one in Teso, we have had one in Busoga region, we had in Chibuli, we had in Luero, and others are going on as the year keeps rolling down the road. Then PES programs at universities are very critical. Physical education and sports programs should be should be a physical education department, not PE falling under specific particular entity, but PE, because I was in North Korea early midway this year. I managed to go to North Korea, I managed to go to Malaysia and also Spain, and I realized these guys don't mix up PE with any. It's a physical education department. It's a department of its own that runs in the university. So it produces what we call physical education personnel. But here, we are falling under particular science kind of faculty. You're falling under a particular arts faculty, so you're just a subsidiary. That's a big problem. And no wonder it has a meager way of being looked at. Creation of Upeta as a mandate body. Members, the confusion between other bodies and this body should actually stop, because we want to make this body a body that is highly mandated to carry out what we call physical education activities, because we are the technocrats of this particular subject. And so we should have the knowledge and the capacity to enhance physical education and also to advise various stakeholders in the best interest of physical education, how to be propagated. So dear friends, as we get ourselves registered, as I've said, everything is set. We're just waiting for a green light from PES. But if they take longer, we can't wait for any longer, because this is an entity that must have members, must have a certificate, must have a bank account, so we can be able to lobby for funds and even have an entity where we can deposit our funds. So this is a big body, and I think it's a body which has a big number of members who can easily stand out to make proper resolutions for the future. Then collaboration with different corporate partners to boost PES, physical education and sports. Dear colleagues, I have noticed, I was talking to some colleagues as I was moving around the regions, that there are so many things we can organize and let companies come on board. The Coca-Colas, the banks, the workshops, because I've been going to corporate games and realize these corporate games are able to invite people on board. So if PES comes out as an entity, Upeta comes out as an entity, mandated, then we can easily attract so many corporate bodies on our side. And we show them how to live physically fit to promote physical education through our own practices and also systems. Then training teachers improvisation skills. Now, this comes as a solution whereby many institutions are lacking what we call quality materials. So the best thing to do now is to ensure that all of us across this country, we can have a proper training on improvised skills materials, so that now we can improvise quite a lot of more material to enable our learners have more materials to use and access as we try to propel the program. That is very critical for us in this time and era, because resources are not there to buy this equipment, and so the best we can do is to settle down for improvisation. Indigenous writers for PES. Members, we have all gone to school, we've done a lot of study. Can we begin making writers? Become authors of various knowledge. And Upeta should even have what we call a printed press unit, where we are able to produce what we call physical education books and booklets. We even produce what we call newsletters on a monthly basis and annual basis. This is the way to go, dear friends, and that will help us achieve our goal. Then enhance visibility through social media. Right now we're on WhatsApp. Facebook and Instagram, we're just waiting for one thing, approval of the logo, because we wanted to use Instagram using our logo and also Facebook using our logo. If this logo has been approved, the post of the association of organization onto those other various social media platforms, it makes more sense. And that way, we can move on positively and enhance our activities well. Recommendations as I conclude. One of the strongest recommendations, dear colleagues, from our side is one, promotion of physical education in schools. This must be done in a very powerful way. And all of us here are stakeholders to this. We must make sure that PE is sound and properly allocated the rightful time. And also we educate the staff members and the administrators that PE is here to stay, because it's for a healthy body, a healthy mind, and a healthy nation. We cannot avoid doing physical activity. 2, support of PE teachers to gain skills. Friends, many of us went to school and studied, but on ground, from this I'm speaking from survey, there are a number of teachers out there that don't even know the best way how to implement this subject to come to pass. And that is why you see Madam Hajara, through the PES department, she has chosen to take what we call retooling practices. Yes, we have done these things, but sometimes people don't know how best they can implement them and how best they can be strong on ground to do them. So we need a lot of support to gain more skills, despite our qualified degrees from universities and diplomas. Then collaboration with sports federations. Upeta should be a strong collaborator with the sports federations to show them that for them to get the rightful personnel who are going to participate in their federations, they need the physical education skilling. Because you actually, you're the beginning point to develop a complete athlete. You are the teacher of the fundamentals. And so once the sports federations get to know this, then they will be able to join with the body and then be able to move forward. Then clear distinction between PES and sports. Physical education and sports, we should have a clear distinction. Even amongst us here, I know there are people who are still confusing this, and they will still ask, what's the difference? We must get deeper to understand that physical education per se is a basic entity where somebody is taught the basic skills. You are basically a complete overall personnel that will tailor information that is both theoretical and practical to a learner who later on will use that basic information to develop him or herself into a quality athlete later on in the future. So your starting point as a PE teacher in inserting or in, getting this information across the learner is critical. If you do it in the wrong way, then you're forming a wrong athlete in the future. If you do it the right way, then you're going to be the right athlete. And that is very critical for us to go forward. Sensitization of the masses. I was very impressed the other day when I was invited, when they were inaugurating what we call the physical fitness program for the ministries at Embassy House. I was very, very excited. The ministries now have chosen every Thursday they're going to be doing this. Now, this should cut across all other areas, even where we stay. In schools, you as a PE teacher initiate a day where all teachers come for your physical fitness aerobic exercises. So now they understand that PE is in school to benefit everybody. And that's one way to sensitize masses that PE is here for good. Lobbying for funds from corporate partners. I've already mentioned about this. This is really critical because if you're going to be an independent body, then we need corporate partners to come on board and support our cause. Then training PE writers. We lack scholastic materials. We lack reference books. But how are we going to get there? We must be trained in the mannerisms of how a good author, a good writer does. So we don't have to do this work independently. We must come together as specific groups within us, because I believe we have varying skills, and then we get ourselves together and finally produce entities approved by this association, at the same time approved by NCDC, and then we go forward. Because once we show ourselves a solid group, then any other person will be very interested to join us and work with us to make sure we promote ourselves as a strong body and as a strong entity to work together. Scholarships and exchange programs. I've also realized that it's very important for us to do exchange programs. For example, Kenya has really advanced. It has better physical education, by the way, trainings in the universities, unlike Uganda. And if you've noticed, most of the PhD holders here don't even do PhDs from Uganda. They do PhDs from Kenyatta University and other universities outside. That means they have better skilling programs within the university setup. So these exchange programs are critical for us for one reason. We shall gain more knowledge and information on how to relate and how to go forward and make ourselves better. Regional workshops for PE teachers, which are ongoing, but we need to emphasize more of this. In fact, if they can appear 3 times a year, so much the better. First term, second term, and third term. Why? To ensure that we have more knowledge that is being displayed and dispensed to members than waiting for so long a period. This way we shall be able to sharpen ourselves. Then involvement of parent support. Now, I realize one thing, members. Everything starts with the family. And if families can come to appreciate that physical education is a critical part of their lifestyle, then we can progress on well. So the involvement of parents to support our cause is critical and starts with you as a teacher in that school. For instance, I personally, I have parents who invite me to their homes to do what we call physical fitness training programs. So far I have about 5 different clients, 5 different families. What am I trying to say here? Their children went and said, man, we have a teacher, this is what he does. If you can be able to come and offer us help in our home, vis-a-vis what we're doing, this can help us. So it has become also another side income for me. But if we can have so many of us do the same across, just imagine. And now they begin appreciating the need for doing physical education. And now it's going to be admired and done more even in schools. So that is critical for us. Establishment of a PACE Institute. This way I've mentioned to the ministry. I put before Mr. Ogwang, actually the State Minister for Education. I put it before the Commissioner, and also mentioned, and I made also a simple write-up. I would have shared it with you here if time allows. We've said we should have a PACE Institute specifically dealing with physical education because there's so much. There's so much. And also the universities should have what we call faculties for PACE per se, not falling under faculty of science. No. It should be a physical education faculty to educate and enhance members in regards to physical education and broaden it up. Internship and training programs for PACE practitioners. Now, I've also noticed that people should not just qualify from universities minus having internships and training programs. Why? The practicability of PE is very critical. People have so much theoretical information, but lack the practical part of dispensing the knowledge they have vis-a-vis what they're going to instill among the learners. So this is critical for us if we can go ahead and enhance it. Then DIT clarification in regards to vocational PE professionals, stroke carriers. We have also got a body which has come on board now, which is called DIT, besides UNEP. I've always wanted to see the cutting edge between DIT, NCDC, and also UNEP, and how best they're going to propagate this to go forward. So that now we see how do we enhance and get attached to these bodies for us to be able to promote physical education as an entity across this country. Ladies and gentlemen, for now, this is basically what we've been able to present to you as an EXCOM. Members are going, of course, to add on information regarding the various regions, and also some of the things may be captured here, others not, but at least I've given an overview, a holistic overview of what basically we've been thinking through the year and what we've been able to do. And I pray that this will be able to help you and support you to react and also respond and give us better ideas or even reinforce what we have here for a better tomorrow as we serve together as Upeta. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for your cooperation and for listening. Bravo. Members, I'm done with the presentation.
Okay. Thank you, Mr.
Thank you so much, members. I can see the hands up. Thank you for the clap. So the agenda is there. So going back to the agenda, I'm done with the communication there. So now we want to head to the review and presentation from the regional coordinators. And then finally, we shall begin now hearing from reactions with everybody. So take note of everything we are presenting. So now reactions comes in once as we take note of everything that has been presented. So coordinators. Yes, coordinators, please open up your microphones one by one. Maybe I can start with who? Mr. Okello, are you there?
Yeah, thank you so much, Chairman, for your presentation. Actually, your presentation covered most of the reports, most of the content we are supposed to present as regional coordinators. Maybe on your report, I would request that you organize and you share on the platform. That one will help us also go through and then see those content that will be of help to the coordinators and other physical education teachers. Actually, your presentation has been so good. Coming back to report from West Nile region, I sent to you part of it on the Upeta WhatsApp. Probably following that report, West Nile region is comprised of 9 districts. These districts, we have Nebi, we have Bakwach, we have Zombo, we have Madi Okolo, we have Arua, we have Koboko, Yumbe, Moyo, and Ajumani. So far, we have 9 districts. And looking at these 9 districts, you would easily see that the region is very wide. And within the 9 districts, we have very many schools. And to have these schools, or to have the physical education teachers from these 9 districts, it is not an easy thing. In my design and the plan, I have planned that to have these 9 districts, all teachers from these 9 districts. This one needs what we call orientation training program, where in this orientation program we shall be able to get the leaders from each district that will help us coordinate the teachers from each district. Then apart from that one, from these 9 districts, through this orientation training program, we shall be able to come up with a platform. And this platform will also help us to coordinate the activities within the region. And through this platform, it will make our work very easy. More especially when we organize capacity building training and the training program. Through the platform, we shall be able to coordinate the teachers within the district, and it will help us to come together. And probably last year, we didn't do much. In the report, I said 2023 has not been easy for physical education activities implementation due to the following reason. Number one, the region is too wide, such that mobilization was not an easy thing to bring everyone together. Then, two, financial constraint was not an easy thing to help mobilize activities such as trainings. When you were giving a report about the trainings that took place in this SOCA, I wanted to ask, what was the source of finance for mobilizing TESO and the SOCA training, from SOCA region training? Was it lobbied by the coordinators? Was it a fund from the Ministry of Education? So I wanted to know, because at the moment, looking at the 9 districts, our biggest problem is financial constraint, finance, mobilize all these things. When you go to number 3 in my report, it is connected to number 2, that is, head teachers has not been sensitized about better and physical education activities. When teachers are invited for training, they have all the responsibility of transport and facilitation on the teacher, saying that it's not part of the school program. All this brought relaxation on promotion of physical education activities. Chairman, I would like to re-echo on this point number 3. In most cases, when trainings are organized and physical education teachers are invited for these trainings, the head teachers, they tend to relax. They say Upeta is an organization, is an association. Therefore, any teacher who is going for that training should be catered for himself. So a teacher would feel as if he's going out to acquire knowledge, acquire skills for the promotion of physical education, as well as in that school, as well as in the district and the whole country. But the head teachers tend to relax. They say that one is not part of the school program. So maybe I would wish a reaction on that very point, how we could handle such kind of problem, where the head teachers entirely leave everything to the teacher to facilitate his own transport and then to do everything by his own without being supported by the school. Then other challenges that we went through, that is, we have multiple school programs within the town which tend to interfere with the physical education activities, and they tend to be so demanding in terms of finance. Chairman, I would like to report this one too. We have very many programs. For example, in term 1, we have athletics. In term 1 we have ball games. Then in term 2 we have athletics. Alongside with the physical education activities like trainings, like capacity building, we have retooling, and then we have the program which is coming in term 1, that is the physical education exhibition of festivals. That it is incorporated in term 1, that is for regional, and then in term 2 for the national. You find that there are schools programs, and then we also have our programs. Now, in my view, I was also reporting that I wish through the Ministry of Education, the better programs or the program like the festival that has been incorporated in term 1 and term 2, be incorporated in the calendar, where the schools would be aware that there is this program coming that we need also to support. We need to prepare our students, not only the physical education teachers, but this one needs the whole school, the administrators, and even the district to be aware that there is a program coming. Therefore, they would be able to come in to support. In connection with the chairperson, the chairperson has to be brought very close to the Upeta program, which would be able to influence the head teachers and administrators. That one would help us also move ahead without little challenge. And then another one, no physical education training has so far been effected in Western region. It is my prayers, Chairman, that through your help, through lobbying for finance, through support from the ministry, I would wish a better training be organized in West Nile region through your support, through the support of the ministry. Then other challenge which I put in the report, that is West Nile region has 2 categories of physical education teachers, that is qualified and unqualified physical education teachers. Looking at these 9 districts, we have very many schools, and these schools need physical education teachers. So you find that some of the schools, physical education teachers, physical education is being handled by experienced players, physical education Let me say, sports lovers. There are teachers who are sports lovers. So they tend to handle this subject, but they're not trained, they're not qualified, but they're teaching it. And to report there are other schools that do not have physical education teacher, and they have administrators. They don't mind, they look at physical education with that negative attitude. There are other schools who report sincerely, they don't have PE teachers. And PE teachers is not being taught in some of the schools. More especially private schools. More especially private schools. So, Chairman, I wish this man to be one of the reports that report to the ministry. Some private schools, they don't consider physical education as being important. So, yet this is a national program, and it is within the new curriculum where physical education is supposed to be handled in all the schools. So, I wish you take it seriously, Chairman, as one of the reports, so that all the schools, physical education is handled in all the schools. Chairman, to conclude, I came out with a plan for 2024. This coming new year, that is 2024. Work plan, I came out with a plan for term 1, where I say, in February, as the term begins, we plan to organize teachers orientation training, where we shall incorporate, and then we shall come out with the leaders for different districts who will be able to coordinate us at the center. And then we also came out with a program. In March, we have capacity building on lower secondary curriculum, more especially for senior 3. For senior 3. The other time we had a training, but there are few teachers, physical education teachers, who go for training at us. I would wish that the training be rolled out, be organized. Those who do not have time to go and acquire training at the national, that was organized by the school. Then in April, we plan that we're going to have regional physical education festival, that is exhibition. As it was agreed last year, that we shall have regional festival exhibition. And in our district, we selected maybe to be the training center, maybe district to be the training center for Western region. And then with the time, bringing everyone in board, we shall agree where it should be shifted after first of all establishing ourselves and organizing training, especially in maybe district. And we have selected maybe Town Secondary School to be our training center. And looking at that one through consultation, maybe Town Secondary School, they have the facilities, and those facilities are able to boost and facilitate trainings. And most of the trainings in our district takes place in that very school. They are organized, they have facilities, and it is at the center. So in May, we have, we speculated May to be period for exam, where exams for most of the schools. Then when the holidays got, during the holiday, first term's holiday, we speculated that is June. We also expect to have capacity building training on lower secondary. For senior 4 and exams techniques, remember we have the pioneers, the first group, the first pioneers, senior 4s for lower secondary curriculum, they are sitting this 2024. Therefore, there should be training on the exams techniques, how exams should be set. And I'm praying that the chairman will need to take this one as very important. Teachers, physical education teacher has to be trained on the techniques, how to set exams for senior 4s. And then how the exams will look like How would it look like? How should teachers set it? Is it going to be a scenario? Is it going to be questions and questions as it used to be? So that one needs some bit of lights, some bits of training to organize this education teachers, how to set exams. Chairman.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mr. Fellow.
From West Nile region. Thank you so much.
Yeah, time is running out on us. Thank you very much. I hope you've sent that on my. Have you sent that on my WhatsApp? Yes.
I have sent. It is already with you. Upeta.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Thank you. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you, Mr. Kello. Can we have some other person, Mr. Otobone? Mr. Otobone. We have about 40 minutes to end this meeting. Those who have just come in, please, we shall share with you whatever we have here. Mr. Otobone.
Mr. Otto is not available online. I request that we select another member because, as per the records, we have Mr. Otim. Maybe Mr. Otim can also make his presentation being present. Mr. Otim Dennis is available.
Yeah, Mr. Otim. Mr. Otim.
Thank you so much, Chairman. So once again, this is Mr. Tim Dennis. I represent Mbale Tororo region. And the district that I represent include the following. I'll just wrap it up as fast as possible.
Yeah, just try to wrap in 5 minutes if possible.
Yes, I think the time is not too fast. We have Tororo, we have Busia, Kudaleja, Parisa, Kudaka, Kibuku, we have Sironko, we have Gulamburi, Bukwa, Kapchora, Kwenye, Ukedea, Uruda, Manapa, Utebo, and then Mbale we have Mbale City and Mbale District. That is one new development which we have discovered. Mr. Chairman, the objectives that we have at hand, personally in the region, step number one, I feel we need to discover as many PE teachers in the region as possible. And then secondly, I intend to see a way of improving and coordinating with these teachers to improve PE teaching in the department. It has come to my notice that most of the teachers we have around are actually not PE trained teachers. Most of them are caretaker PE teachers. They must have trained for other subjects, but because we lack PE teachers at school, most of them have to take the department PE and try to do it. So this is a very big challenge, like you have said in your communication. So we want to improve on coordination and see how to improve on the way we teach PE in the region. Achievements, I'm glad to say that I have a total of, I may not have a real total. I have discovered so many teachers in the recent training which we had in Test College Lloyd. And this has boosted my coordination so much that we have managed also to elect the district representatives. And to be briefer to the point, Tororo we have Xavier Anyingdong, is a teacher from Rubongi. Udaleja we have Angambu Jacob. Parisa we have Udeke Vigilio. And then Udaka we have Gishu George, Mafari Esau is for Bulambuli, Motai Eric is a district representative coordinating Bukwa, Butevo is by Kiyama. Networking is a challenge in two ways. The network itself sometimes is not steady, but also I think some teachers find it difficult to handle the network. Maybe it's to load for themselves, the MDs and the rest and keep coordinating. Another challenge which we have at hand is that most of the teachers in school are actually not PE teachers. You talk to them, they don't really see what you are trying to talk about. This is a very big challenge that we need to, it's a big one, bigger than my own. And then another challenge is finance. Most of the activities we do involve finances. I'm so glad in your presentation, finances are appeared in so many different things. You shall react at the time when you have to. But personally, I want to start by apologizing to the whole Upeta community. My activities as a coordinator has not been so good because of how it is. But we thank God I'm back on board, and I want to thank all who knew this and prayed for me. I want to thank everybody who is this. So that was a challenge on me as a coordinator in the region. Strategies, I want to say this, critically speaking, we have candidates in senior form. And countrywide, we are going to analyze performance of physical education. So I feel as a coordinator in the region, there is really need to mobilize the PE teachers in the region. And we have a sharing first before we can invite them to come with their students so that we can have the way forward. You see that in the first exam we're exposing these students to, we have to register some sections as far as classes is concerned. Otherwise, the truth is most teachers really don't see, we are all in a state of illusion. What should be done? Shall our students pass? How is the practical activity going to be done? That kind of thing. So I propose that we shall organize a small workshop for teachers in the region, and later on I think we'll leave it at that level. Future plans, we have agreed as members in the region to have as frequent meetings as possible so that we can plan for the whole region. I beg to submit. Thank you, Chairman.
Thank you so much, Mr. Dennis. I hope members have heard. I think you've come in very handy to give your basically recap and preview. I thank you so much. Let me call on Toboni. I've seen Toboni joining from Karamoja. Is a corner for Karamoja. Thank you, Dennis. Thank you. Yes. Otoboni, I've seen you joining.
Yes, thank you, Peter.
Yes, please.
In fact, you already mentioned my name.
Yes.
Coordinator for Karamoja region. In Karamoja, we have a total of 9 districts. And
by the way, Otto, before you go, have you sent that on my? Have you sent whatever? Do you do what you requested you for?
In fact, I didn't do. I left the soft copy somewhere. What I have is a hard copy, but I promise I will send after this.
Because yes, we need to. Thank you. All right, continue.
Okay. So I was saying in Karamoja we have a total of 9 districts. And in the 9 districts we have Abim district, Napak district, Moro district, Amura district, Nabilatuk district, Karenga district, Kabong district, Kotido district, and Nakaprebe district. In Karamoja, we have a total of 32 secondary schools. We have 2 two teachers, qualified PE teachers, handling the teaching of PE in their different schools. We also have approximately 5 teachers who are handling the teaching of PE but not qualified. In Karamoja, we formed a committee coordinator, which are headed by teachers who is handling the PE in their district. We also form a WhatsApp platform to bring all the teachers and to help us in the coordination program. We support supervision within the district, at least for a few districts where we had at least more than one or more training.
Hello. Yes, hello.
Yes. So I was saying, we had planned earlier to have the training of teachers in Karamoja.
My name is Andrew.
Somebody is talking?
Somebody is also present.
So,
Yeah, whoever is talking, please. There's a presenter making a presentation, so whoever is talking, please should stop until Otto finishes. Then we can be able to respond accordingly. And to
in fact, I was in
Yeah, thank you.
given the objectives that we had. So my first objective was ensuring the teaching and learning of PE in all the schools in Karamoja region. The second objective was bring together all the teachers handling the teaching of PE in the region. The third one was to offer support supervision within the district and the region at large. The fourth objective was training of all the teachers within the region. Then the fifth one was having regular regional meetings of PE teachers. Those were the objectives that we put in place to at least make sure that the teaching and learning of physical education is moving on well. Then two, we have some of the achievements that we had as a region. We managed to come up with a WhatsApp group which was able to bring all the teachers in the region together. We formed a coordination team comprising of district coordinators of all the districts in Karamoja. Then three, all teachers of the region are now on board. We managed to conduct the regional training with the help from the Ministry of Education and Sports. Then for four, I for one managed to interact with all the teachers in the region to find out how the teaching and learning of physical education is being done in the various schools, plus the PE teachers. Then I realized, due to the few number of teachers, some of the teachers were handling teaching and learning of physical education in more than one school as seen example. We have also with the insecurity and to another effect within the district. You can see. So teachers would wish many schools, but because of fear of insecurity, we could not make it. We had few PE teachers which can barely handle teaching of PE. As we have already around 22 PE teachers, and we have 32 schools, which it cannot be enough. Then we realized that the challenge we had few enrollment students in industry. As our region is, most of the schools have been either there or as a supervision outside the government school due to the insecurity. To have the regional festivals, and this festival in our schools are having very many schools, so you can't get the team to need festivals, the regional and festivals. We have put Morto High School in Morto District as our center, and we shall be conducting all our programs Morto High School. Those are and those are what we plan to do in the region. And I may not be able to finish the meeting, but I will have to go with the people answer. Thank you much. I wish you all the best. A better way of handling.
Thank you, Mr. Otto. Thank you very much. You'll just forward that, of course, on whatever it is. I hope you do it maybe by the end of today. I'll be appreciative to receive it on my WhatsApp. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you for just the way you present it in that brief manner, please do it and we shall receive it. Thank you very much, and we shall see how to go forward. Any other? That was from Otto Boni from Karamoja. I'm so grateful that people have substance to present. Any other?
Mr. Chairperson, please note that Aston, please mute your mic. Aston and Dennis, please mute your mics. You are giving us feedback. Aston, you have just joined. Please mute your mic. If possible, Mr. Chair.
Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you.
Aston, mute your mic. Aston, mute your microphone. Put off your microphone.
Aston, mute your microphone. Linica is communicating, then you can come in after.
Mr. Chair, we do not have other members present from the Central Region. I don't know if you received communication from Madam Christine. Then also,
no, I've not received communication from her.
We lack representation from. Let me check here. So I don't think there's any other member on call unless otherwise, if they can let us know. But as per the roll call, the members on the EXCOM present are done communicating. I don't know if there's anyone. Because the member missing is Mr. Mugera Kenneth. He said his network is not proper. Then also Mr. Chagera Kim. I don't know if you received any communication from him.
Yeah, Mr. Chagera has an interview which is going on. Yeah, actually, I called him and he gave me some bit of recap. He gave me his report in bits. So maybe I can pass it on.
Then also we lack Mr. Omono Richard. He's not available. Omona Richard, that is from the Northern region. Then we also don't have Mr. Chiseka. I don't know if they received his report.
Oh, no, I'm always received from Chiseka.
We also lack.
I tried to reach him out, but
I think we also lack from Renzuru. What's his name? Mr. Tembo.
Tembo.
I don't know.
Even Tembo's contacts also are not going through. So I was unable to get to him. So I also don't know whether he's following on social media, basically.
I think
I don't know whether he's on social media.
From that, I think we can decide on the next course of action. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much. That's a good update. And basically, if that's not they're not available, then we can go straight to the members because time is running out on us. We can't say much. After the presentation, review and plan for the year 2024. That's agenda number 4. So plan, so members be ready to listen, and then you'll add on to this when you're doing your reactions. What is the plan for year 2024? I can be able to briefly give you what XCOM stand is, then members can add on. So you can take note. 1, we are fully registering our Upeta Association as an entity registered by Government of Uganda, because all our documents are ready now. The Constitution, the Code of Conduct, everything is ready. As I've said, it's with PES. Number 2, we are planning to see that in 2024 we can have what we call gymnastics competition. I was in Kenya the other day, and they do what we call district, regional, up to national level, and just in the area of gymnastics. Very exciting activities, very exciting moments, and people get involved in a number of entities, and people gather to just see. It's a very exciting place, so we can also play that. Number 3, improvisation shows. The word improvisation is critical, especially in the current state of affairs in which we are in. So if districts and regions can be able to convene at different times within their localities to have what we call exhibitions of improvisational skills, so that other members can learn within, that can be good. That's a plan we need to promote. Then, number 4, have what we call a science exhibition or a physical education exhibition show. I would call it a fair, physical education exhibition fair show for all the districts and regions in that specific entity. We are also planning as an XCOM, if that can come to pass, agreed by members, it will be very good. Then, PE Regional Festival. This is organized by PES, and the dates will be set. There's one in April in first term, which is going to take place at regional level. So look forward to make sure you're part of that. Then number 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Number 6, PE National Festival, which of course will take place around June in second term, I think. So the dates will be communicated accordingly. That's planned for 2024. Then number 7, authorship training programs. We want to get ourselves trained because amongst us, the people have already begun the authorship. But we want to organize workshops for how to tailor people towards authoring so that now we can master the skills of authorship. Number 8, we need to look at special needs as a special program in physical education. What we are doing currently, all of us are so much skilled in dealing with the able-bodied people, but we need to deal with what we call physical education for the disabled, special needs entity, very critical. Like the schools have gone to the subschool where we have special needs, and these are big entities, the big numbers. It's, I think, a big program we need to master all of us and make sure we promote. So as 2024 strategy, that's critical. Then number 9, marketing and branding of Upeta. Marketing and branding of Upeta is a critical. Then capacity building workshops. I have 1 minute. Someone is telling me thank you for the time allocation. Capacity building workshops. These ones must be continuously done. Then the other one is called youth camps. In as much as we're propagating physical education, we need to grab the youths within the community and tailor them those physical activities so that now we can also be a solution in the community vis-a-vis the young people indulging in various activities that are not worthwhile. So youth camps could be good. Then regional and physical fitness drives. As I've said, the ministries have begun theirs. Besides the totality, because all these things fall under physical education. So we want to establish what called physical fitness drives, whereby we help people understand. Remember during Corona, people were being told, keep running, do this, blah, blah. Let us not wait for trouble. Let them find it as a way of life. But we should be the ones promoting that and propagating it as PE teachers. Then retooling seminars, which are going on, and we shall continue emphasizing. Then Finally, membership and subscription. That's a strategy. Next year, we should be able to now become. We're going to discuss about membership and actually in this meeting, we should conclude by knowing what should be our subscription, what should be our membership. As soon as the bank is opened, the account is opened, everything is done. I think by the end of January, this should be done. Thank you so much. I hope you've captured. I'm done. My timekeeper, if you've been there, I'm done with the strategy. So I'm now opening up the reactions for members. Thank you so much, those who are appreciating. Thank you so much for acknowledging the efforts done. And we appreciate also your participation. So now is the time for members to react and be able to give their views in addition to what you've presented. Thank you.
Please, members who are going to react, hold on. I request you state your name. You also state the region you come from. And you will only be picked upon if you raise up your hand. I'm sure Mr. Cherabo is seeing people who are raising up their hands. So for record purposes, please say your name, region, maybe if you so wish the school, and then we go forward. Thank you.
Yes, Dennis. I can see your hand up. Dennis?
Yes, thank you so much. This is once again Mr. Tim Dennis, Tororo School, Mbale, Tororo region. I want to give a brief remarks, a reaction on the 2024 plan. That is point number 5, PE Regional Festival. I just wanted to add something on that. We want to, as far as the Eastern is concerned, 2 schools were cited by the chairman, regional coordinator, ASU leader, that is Mr. Muron. St. Peter's College was inspected. I participated in that. And also, Mbaleses was cited. I participated in inspecting. We are yet to decide which of the 2 would be used as a facility institution for implementing this program in April. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Dennis. Thank you. Any other person? Brief and clear as we record. I hope the General Secretary is recording everything. We keep our record. We shall share with you the minutes. Yes, just continue. Another hand? Who has raised up another hand? Bujuzi Andrew raised up the hands. Bujuzi Please. Andrew? Bujuzi, yes.
My name is Bajuris Andrew, Bishop Komboni College, Kambuga Kanungu, Chigezi sub-region. Hello?
Yes, we can hear you. We hear you very well.
So, my reaction is on 2024 plans number 10 capacity building workshops. I would suggest that please also we plan of how we can cater in the Chigezi region. I've never heard of any workshop. We are there, few teachers of physical education. We need at least if we can sensitize this to also Chigezi region, Western Uganda, it would make more sense. I submit. Thank you.
Thank you very much. It's noted. I'm seeing Bajungu. Bajungu, please, your hand is up. Then Nsamba. After Bajungu, there is Nsamba. Bajurizi. It's Bajurizi, yes. Bajurizi, microphone is yours. Okay, Nsamba. Nsamba's hand is up. Yes, Nsamba.
Yes, Mr. President. I thank you for this opportunity. My name is Nsamba Ronald. Yes, from St. Julian campus.
Raise your voice. You're too soft.
So I'll go directly to your report. You talked in your report. I heard of something about the regional meetings. In Central, I've not heard of anyone, so I need clarification about it. Then point number 2, in your report, I request that we have a program about informing about the head teachers about what PE is all about. some schools even refuse learners to take PE in their senior year. I don't know whether I'm clear, Mr. Chair.
Yes, you're clear.
Then point number 3 is also about some parents, learners really want to take the subject, but some parents say that, oh, my learner should not take PE. I think they're also not informed about our subject. Then point number 4, you talked about having for PE.
Having what?
A focus for PE, a department majorly for PE, not combined with that of biology.
Mr. Samba, a moment. Mr. Samba, a moment. Please, members, mute your mics. I request you to mute your mics. We're getting, Mr. Okelo, mute your mic. We're getting feedback.
Yeah, mute your mics. When we call on you raise that the secretary can be able to capture everything, because we need to capture the information that you're delivering.
Yes, Mr. Samba,
by
continue.
the general secretary.
Yes, there is something I'm seeing in this country of ours right now. We have teachers of biology and then PE, and when it comes to, I don't know whether they are getting me.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're hearing you, my friend. Continue. Samba, we've been hearing you. Continue. Okay, we seem to have lost in Samba. Who else has put up a hand?
That is right.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Samba.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Aston.
Thank you, Chair.
Yes.
My name is Mumuza Aston, and I'm from Kigezi region. I'm teaching at Janani Room here in Kabal. I would like to maybe advise you, Chair, about what we intend to achieve in 2024. But still, we also need to promote this physical education, not only in the secondary, even in these other healthcare institutions like nursing schools, and even these other institutions like technicals and even UCC. Because you see, if we keep teaching it and it ends at the high school level, people will not know the importance of physical education. And two, I wonder why a doctor or a nurse would be telling a patient that you go and do physical exercise as a diagnosis, maybe for some diseases, and this doctor him or herself does not do the physical exercises. So we need to promote that. Two, in your submission, I've not heard about.
Yes. We've lost you a bit.
Maybe we'll come back later. Let's speak on someone else. I'm seeing
someone else. Oriema Nelson. Oriema Nelson.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair.
Yes.
My name is Oriema Nelson, Central Region from our land of Africa, Namiryango. Mr. Chair, thank you for the wonderful plans of 2024. But I would like to inform you that the only measure for our achievement, I think our past achievement is going to be seen through the pioneers of physical education, and those are the senior 4 students. But so far, we are a bit worried, some of us. We know that the body that is concerned with the examination is UNEP. and there is no any communication as far as the coding of a subject, the papers, and the format, because the one released seems to be not correct. So we are really worried for us who are preparing our candidates. I can only say we have first term only. Second term, usually mock bodies coming, and third term, we see UNEP coming in. So I would like to request that on your plan, please, you don't forget about the candidates. You can help us draw a program in terms of helping them, facilitations, and resourceful programs from Upeta. Thank you very much. Otherwise, we are very grateful for the efforts you are doing. Thank you, sir.
Okay, Nadine Paul, thank you so much. Nadine Paul. Then who else here? Nadine Paul.
Very much. I just wanted to give a quick reaction to Yemal that the examination body is actually ready to examine physical education. And part of the staff or the members here are part of the examining body, and the physical education as the subject was coded, and we are just waiting for possibly January often, and will come out openly to share with us the paper code and the paper format for physical education. That shouldn't be a worry. However, on regional basis, we can go still an extra mile to organize some workshops, to deal with the shaping of our candidates, to be well prepared for the end of year or end of the fourth cycle examination, which will come in next year. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Anthony Okello, thank you so much. Anthony Okello.
Okay, thank you very much, Peter.
Yes.
I'm Anthony Okello, a teacher at Bishop Superior Chiangile Luzira.
Pleasure meeting you.
Kampala.
Yeah, thank you.
For me, I have a number of issues. Was I don't know, someone's microphone?
Someone might mute your microphone, members, so we can record whatever is being asked.
Boya, please mute your microphone.
Who is that one?
Mr. Chirabo, you can also mute those people.
Okay, the first one. Okay, Linika, thank you. The first one being I have issue with the coordinator in charge of, I don't know, Central or Kampala. We being teachers who are key stakeholders, for example, in Kampala region, have not really been much engaged in the group. I don't know why. I'm yet to get contact with our coordinator because I think we're key stakeholders. So we need to, at least people, for example, in Kampala, need really to engage. I attended a number of trainings, for example, the one of Chivuli. Then the second one is maybe also answering on the issue of UNEP. I was part of the teachers who implemented the continuous assessment framework that was being tested by UNEP. And my question to them was then, why are they not giving us the out, for example, rolling out for the teachers and students what we need to do? And then their answer was that this was just a test, and they are first of all trying to look if it is going to work, then they will give it out to us. But if they roll it out and then it was not going to work, then it would be disaster. So that is why the reason why they, for example, have kept out first of all the pre-test our students did earlier on. So teachers should not worry. The paper coding is there. The system has already, the subject has already been coded. The samples are being rolled out. So as early as I think maybe January or Feb, they should be rolling out samples. But these things have been done by teachers, for example, in this very group, that they have kept quiet. Capacity building, Peter, maybe we shall, in the long run you'll organize for us another capacity building for Kampala Central Region, because I think we are the region that is blessed with the majority number of the qualified teachers. Thank you. I beg to submit.
Thank you so much. That was good. Thank you very much. And I think it was recorded. GS, I think, is very alert to recording every detail. Let me continue because time Mugalia Jackson. Mugalia Jackson. I saw your hand up. Mugalia Jackson.
Okay, I'm on.
Yes, please.
There are some points I had wanted to echo on.
Yeah.
One of them, there was a point raised by Mr. Okello Robert from West Nile about the funding of the programs. I would like to inform them that the ministry funds these programs, and there are people who are worried from different regions about the regional workshops. So far, 23% of the workshops that are meant to be carried out, we are left with around 77%. Therefore, people from Kigezi and other regions that are complaining, it is in our prayer that we pray the ministry funds the programs, as Madam Hajara was requesting last time, that they need more funding. These programs are underway, and we hope that all the regions will be catered for. Then the other issue is about our candidates, senior for this year, the coming year. As Upeta, I would love to interest you in making sure that we bring these learners on board. They are our babies. They are our first lot to set out. We need to prioritize them. Therefore, with that, I request that come next year, we organize a physical education seminar geared towards assessment and also other areas. We also need to invest these learners in the subject. Then the other issue is about the administrators in schools. It is also my request through you, the chairperson Upeta, through Madam Hajara, our principal, our commissioners, and then the state minister, as well as our mama, the Minister of Education and Sports. We have done a lot to sensitize the PE teachers, but one of the ideas is that a PE teacher may be aware with also a positive mindset already. We have a challenge with the head teachers, the administrators, the district officials, among others, about the subject. How I wish that they also organize something related to mindset change workshops for head teachers and other top management officials towards these new subjects like physical education and then Chinese, among others. It would do us well, including even other stakeholders like the parents, the learners themselves, because you may find that a teacher has a positive mindset and struggles to tell a learner understands, but a parent does not understand, the head teacher does not understand, and that one affects the decision made by the learner to either take the subject or not. Therefore, it is of great importance to organize mindset change programs for administrators of schools and districts. Then, the other issue is about equipment. It came to our notice that even in the PACE department, when it is carrying out these workshops, does not have some equipment to use, and therefore the participants end up missing some. I addressed this issue some time back about some equipment that we miss, like for pole vault, high jump. Some of these equipment, if we can have a few that we can use for workshops, it would be better, so that these PE teachers go down when they have a clear idea about what is done. I have an issue. Maybe the government, I don't think the government can address such an issue. Buying one equipment to a given sport, I don't think it will not be managed by our current government. I'm hoping that if it is addressed, it will be funded. There is another issue at hand about the data we are trying to correct about the teachers who are not on government, as addressed by the Director Secondary Education, who came to visit us at the Ginger College. Thank you, Mr. Linika. 1 minute is enough to address. He told us that there was a few teachers who were qualified. To my surprise, according to the data I've been collecting, it has surprised me that we are over 100 qualified PE teachers who are out there and they are not on government. I thought we are very few, but the number is actually even increasing more and more. Through you, Mr. President, we would like to advocate so that these people can access payroll, plus our colleagues who are preparing for the same. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Bwana Jackson. Take note of this, Mr. General Secretary. Katerega Bernard has asked a question here that she wants to know ministry handle with the issue of PE being attached to arts, i.e. Econ PE. And then same case with Bachelor of Science Econ PE in terms of salary enhancement. Now, Mr. Bernard, I want to categorically state, I wrote an email, one to the commissioner and also to Madam Hajara. I also had an opportunity personally to provide a written documentation to the State Minister, Mr. Ogwang, because I've gotten to know him personally, because he got interested when I made a presentation at one of the physical fitness plans. One of the things I've stated, I've said there's so much I wanted to share with you guys here, but unfortunately I couldn't unveil because of time. Mr. Bernard and the rest of the members, I'm one of the men that are strongly promoting the fact that if PE is struck by any other subject, there is no reason why PE stroke geography should go into an arts and not a science. Because the question is, why would you say PE has stroke geography becomes an art, and then geography doesn't, PE geography doesn't become a science? How comes geography affects PE and becomes an arts, but not PE affecting geography to become a science entity? It's a very thin line. I was able to speak to the commissioner face to face of the human resource. The guy was very volatile, but I said it doesn't logically make sense unless there's a logical explanation that is actually scientifically proven for us to be able to have this. So, Mr. Bernard, the question about the salary is still quite a very dicey thing, because there are some who are getting actually the salary full board, and there are those who are not getting it. That's the discrepancy. There are some who are having economic PE getting a science salary, and then there are those who are doing economic PE getting an art salary. There's a discrepancy actually from the research I've so far made. But I'm praying that all these efforts, once we put them together, God will help us overcome. That's what I've said. As an entity, Upeta, we have a very big voice. We must all be behind what we're trying to talk about. And also the PES department must help us a lot, because I've had a number of talks with Madam Hajara and also the commissioner, the Reverend Kano. But also, they seem not really to understand the flow critically, because there's a lot of discrepancy in this. And they also don't have a set so much unless the human resource department. But we are praying that as we start the year, this information will be taken into categorical response. So that's what I can say right now, Mr. Bernard. We're not silent about it. I personally, I would say I've taken a personal endeavor, and also there's a document written already to them to explicitly explain. In fact, Madam Hajira told me to explain why PE is a science and not an arts. I was able to do that. So that's the far we've gone. I hope it will help. Thank you. I saw somebody else. There's some names here who are raising up their hands. Oriema Mpoya. There was Mpoya. Mpoya's hand is up. Are you there? Atuhaire. Atuhaire, I saw your hand up. Are you there? Please, can you give your response? I'm really interested in how you guys are responding, and thank you for being proactive members, ladies and gentlemen. Diana, I'm going to answer back your question. There's something else you wrote down. I'm going to present something.
Okay, thank you.
Yes,
thank you very much, sir, for the opportunity given to me. My name is Nicholas Atuhaire, a teacher from the Central and at Trinity Senior Academy. So one of my major concerns has already been raised by someone else. It is on the issue of capacity building camps in the Central region. I strongly believe these capacity building camps are not for all the teachers of physical education in the region. They are sometimes organized and very few people are aware, and whenever you try to ask more, you are always shuttled down and people always tell you, please, we had the capacity building camp, but some of us are left out. Then secondly, I would also request that we people who are interested and part of you also add us to other social media platforms. Let's also be informed of other information apart from this, because some of us might have joined here, but then everything keeps here. To add on that, people, please, I'm so thankful for the work done and really appreciate your efforts. May the Almighty God reward you. Then I also want to raise an issue about some of us who haven't yet accessed government. Please, people in leadership, please also work on that so that all of us move at the same pace. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Very well put. And others, I think I'm seeing their comments here, which I can respond. GS, I hope you're ready to write down. First, Mpoya, his action is plan number 1, concern registration of Upeta, and last point about membership and subscription. That's from Mpoya Erismas. Mpoya Erismas. The registration, as I've said, our delay has been with the PES department and the research bureau. But otherwise, our documents are ready. So once we get, if they give us a green light, I've said as an entity, we shall go forward. So we are waiting. I've been calling Madam Majer even before this meeting, and before she wasn't picking, her phones were off, because I want to find out how far they have gone. But maybe they're still in the festive season. So we are saying before end of January, we should have recorded or registered our entity as a legal entity, and also had an account opened for that matter. That's what we are looking towards too, because we have dragged so much, because there's so many stakeholders who want to prove our documentations. 2, subscription and what else? Subscription what? Yeah, subscription. We need to agree in this meeting, if it's possible, so that we know what should we do, annual subscription, monthly subscription, and how much should it be. We shall make proposals, and then we shall put it on the major forum. That's basically it, Mr. Bernard. Thank you so much for appreciating. Yes, the issue of salary, Mr. Bernard, I think is still a dicey thing, but just know efforts are being done. At least all presentations I've made at the ministry, we've spoken about salary issues. But let me tell you, even ministry, that's the norm at the ministry. But we are saying physical education is a science. And I wrote something to prove that it's a science. Yeah, we shall share with you all in case there's any time or a documentation. But we just didn't want to split out a lot of information which is being handled by the higher officers. But otherwise, PE is a science. That is why they used to do PE biology, PE math, PE biology. It's a typical science. Even when you're studying PE, you realize that it has the science of the body, science of mechanism, exercise physiology, physiotherapy. It's a typical science. Eh? So we just want to make things clear with the ministry, but how, God knows. But we are trying to push the best we can. All right. Any other person putting up a hand? Jackson.
Yes, Mr. Anthony Okello. Mr. Anthony Okello.
To high reasons, yes.
Mr. Chirabo.
Okello?
Yes, Okello.
Yes. Yes, Okello. Go ahead. Yes, Okello?
Okello, unmute yourself.
I think the issue of salary has been attached to the subject, the bachelors of science or the bachelors of arts combination people have done at A level. I think that is what for now. That is, I think that is where their determinant is, not basically, I think, on the subject. Thank you. I beg to submit.
Okay, thank you so much. Point taken. Barnabas Sebuyongo. Yes, Mr. Barnabas. You have the floor.
Thank you very much, Mr. President and the team. I'm glad.
Mention your name and school, not for record purposes.
Wow. Oh. I'm Barnabas Sebuyungo. You know, I left teaching, but I'm also a PE biology teacher. But right now I'm in the sports sector and the National Council of Sports. So I'm the General Secretary of Uganda Dance Sport Federation.
Which federation?
Uganda Dance Sport.
Uganda Sports. Pleasure meeting you, my friend. Thank you for coming on board.
Nice to meet you. But I'm a PE biology teacher. But right now I focus in the administration of the sport. So I'm glad to be here. I've liked your conversation and thank you for what you are sharing. On the side of the sports sector, we really are on the registration pathway for the association. We would wish to have you in the forum because there is a missing gap for physical education to be represented in the sports forum. We have this forum, it's like the sports parliament, which sits after 3 months and is chaired by the minister, where all the national sports federations and other sports stakeholders, the sports officers, the physiotherapists, they have their association. When you come on board to help us even to bridge a gap between to bridge a gap between the education and the sports side, because I understand that physical education or PE should be our voice when it comes to the professional implementation of sports in schools. So I'm glad that you are coming up. We are ready to support that. And in the forums, I think I can push that to the General Secretary, to the Council, you people to be invited with the executive as at least observers, and you see how the planning for, especially for sports in schools, how it should be moving because already we have PE on board. So finally, I also would like to request my fellow PE teachers to adopt this sport of dance. I think it is also something good which can enable our learners to love, to learn, and also to appreciate the subject we are in, and as we are planning further. But my contribution is to see that it does not end at registration only or at face only. You should come in the forum and you elaborate this very much clear. So this misconcept that whether PE is art or sciences, you will not clear it out when the stakeholders or the decision makers, they don't go deeper with their push understanding of this subject. It's a subject matter which we need to address very clearly. And I've been a senior advocate in this, even when it came to DIT, to understand it much clearly. So I'm with you, and I'm glad that we're here. To all PE teachers, the capacity buildings as a federation, we are working closely to organize some capacity buildings. Yes, space organizers, but there are sports which they front when it comes to the capacity building aside. But us as a federation, and to professionalize our sports sector, especially in line with education service, we would wish to work with you and to the schools. Some of the people as well have been here, we have been inviting you on board to work with us, and have been so keen. Even when it came to NCDC, we were the brain behind to debate for PE and ICT to be adopted in the lower curriculum. So really, we need to work closely because there is misguidance, miscommunication, and misunderstanding of the area we are in. But the only way to go it is to collaborate very well with national sports federations when it comes to the practical the practical practice of our subject matter.
Wow, I'm so delighted to hear from you, and I think you are really a kingpin towards that direction. Please, you could send me a WhatsApp actually on my forum, on my WhatsApp page. I think I would love to get in touch with you to know what has been done. Then I get my team and we see where we can, because now you're a good link towards, you have a picture now being there and you're a part of us. There's something you've really revealed to us, which I think is important. And it's what I mentioned within our strategies, the recommendations, having what we call a collaborative nature with sports federations and even other partners, because this is where we need to go and become a strong entity. And now I think you're really responding clearly to that recommendation that I think I'd made. So please send me a WhatsApp and your details in my WhatsApp. Then I'm going to contact you. I'm going to call you, maybe even after this meeting, and then just get a clear recap so that I can be able now to post something on this group to members, and then they understand the bigger picture of what we are discussed and shared. Thank you. Yes, any other member who has a hand up? Very good deliberations. I'm so impressed, members. Yes, Barnabas, thank you so much. Yes.
Okay, I also have something to say.
Yes, please, Mr. Yes.
Thank you, members, for all your submissions. They've been wonderful. Allow me inform you that we have about maybe 9 minutes to end up with a meeting if we go with the allocated time of 2 hours, because we started at 11:30. As per the Upeta fraternity and Pest fraternity, Bernard, please mute your mic. Bernard, mute your mic. We have the following in place. We have facilitators that have been helping us in various workshops. These are the ones I've been able to note, plus the others that normally come by. We have one of the lead facilitators in Mr. Chivi Charles, who has been one of the core facilitators on all that we have done. Then we have a link between UNEB, then NCDC, the PES department, and DIT. Amongst these, we have Bashir, secondly, representing PES in most of the workshops that are organized. Then we have Mr. Donald, who represents both UNEB and NCDC. Then we have Mr. Janan, who represents DIT in their official capacities. Not forgetting that some of us in this fora are attached to these institutions. Then we have, in capacity of facilitators, we have Mr. Luke, who is an author. I think majority of you have interacted with him in various sessions. Then we have Mr. Chirabo, who is our chairperson. At the same time, is the regional representative of Busoga region. I don't know if there was any change as per the communication that was made that by the end of the workshop that was held recently, there would be a new representative elected. He would have addressed that issue in case he was to represent on behalf of Busoga. Then we have Mr. Nadi Depo, who also helps out in amongst the facilitators. We have Mr. Miyanja. We have myself, who also helps out once in a while. Then we have Mr. Chisitu. We have Madam Eva. We have Madam Hajara herself. Then we have so many different facilitators that come on board. Then we were instructed to also uplift regional members who came to the different PE capacity building workshops that have been uplifted in their ranks. I think you have seen them in various workshops in Teso and Ginger. Please note that this year, the PES department has been able to fund and facilitate around 4 workshops. The first one was the one in Chivuli, where we were all taken through the Senior 3, Senior 4 content that we are going to teach our learners this year. It was early in Jan or Feb. Then there was a workshop held in Gulu for the northern region, that was at Sacred Heart. That was in first term holidays. It was held there, and we were able to facilitate members from that side. Then in second term, we had the first ever PE festival that was held in Chivuli again. Then also we have been able to have about 2 concurrent capacity building workshops held in Teso College and Ginger College. One ended on 17th and the other ended on 20th with the help of the PES departments, the Ministry of Education and Sports, then Upeta in form of mobilization and coordinators representation. I've seen several concerns being raised, but as per the activation or advocacy of physical education, it has to stem from us as members. We are supposed to advocate for PE in schools and in our community. As I wind up, there has been a highlight of miscommunication. I think this time around or this year, the communication has a bit improved, and if members can information, I think we should improve. We should appreciate that there has been some little improvement. Then also the new EXCOM has really tried to reach out to different members in various capacities in various regions. As for Mr. Jackson in submission, he really stated it clearly. The regions are being selected based on what the PES department looks at as a region and as per the need. All regions are going to be covered and communication will be made to those given coordinators or lead representatives. Please, members, get to know your leaders in your different regions. Advocate for active involvement. Central Region, I checked in a group yesterday, we are about 22 members, but you post their information and members don't reply. And I was surprised for members there to say that they lack content that is being shared. I think maybe you're not part of the group. Then finally, we need online presence, but me as Linik, I will not be able to do everything as I have my other duties to also partake. So as you look for funds, also amongst that's why people who have skills who can manage these things online, I would let you know that publicity is a very key factor in changing people's mentality. I've tried with my limited skills in promoting the various activities we do, but I would request every one of us here if we can also take it upon ourselves to come out and boldly promote PE with the limited skills we have or with the very many skills we have to be very easy to implement. As I wind up, Mr. Chairboy always tell me to open up Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube and all that. The only thing I can ascertain and promise you, whoever is on here, I can help record that content and share. But I cannot manage run all those accounts as a person, because even right now I have a lot of things to do as regards to management of online content. So it will be a disservice to Upeta if I take on another huge chunk of load. So among the stars here, if there's anyone who has ever been trained, or I'm willing to mentor anyone, I'd highlighted someone, but he somehow got lost. And it's really hard. So publicity will take us very far. With limited publicity, we shall not go anywhere. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Lineker, and I hope you've compiled most of our deliberations, even the ones you've just spoken. It will be very critical so that we have a comprehensive, document of the outcome of the meeting. It was really, really, really interesting. Dear members, I don't know whether there's any other person. It's important that we are able to continuously deliberate and discuss and also forge a way forward. I'm so impressed by those who have been very active throughout the year. There's so much. Of course, there are those who just complain from the background, but I like people who are proactive. And if there's a problem, always reach out. Don't fear reaching out. There are things you have to reach out individually. There are things you have to reach out on the forum. But if you feel you have a concern and you're positive-minded, call somebody, call Lineker, call Peter, or send a text. WhatsApps now are very simple. Just go to my text and say, you know what, there's ABC. So that we get to know. We pick up your vibe, we can call you and then. But otherwise, this far, we have had a very good discussion. I'm so impressed and very, very, very humbled for the way we've discussed, like mature people who are looking for a positive image going forward. In fact, those who have missed a lot. And I know people will sit back there complaining, but the chance has been open to everybody to come on board in your comfort of your living room so that you can share a word or two. And you've seen those who have come have shared a lot. And I think I personally have learned a lot actually from listening to a number of you people, because together we make things happen. We can be at the steering wheel, but of course we have people that can always advise the best way forward. So thank you so much for being good people and for enhancing the best atmosphere. We are registering this entity, we are opening up an account, and we are making it a legal entity, and then we begin lobbying strongly with a voice. Because right now we want a legal entity. We must have a voice. We are going to have what we call an official letterhead, where we are going to be communicating all our various communications to the various parties regarding what we want to see happening and the interest of Upeta as an organization or as an association. Thank you so much. To my brother Linika and the rest of the coordinators here, I want to say thank you so much. You've been such a great effort, such a great blessing that you have put us together to work. I'm glad. Volunteering is not an easy job because people are spending their money, they're using their money to do whatever they're doing. I put them under tasks and they are able to produce without any pay. It's not an easy job. Actually, the job you guys gave us not an easy job because there's no funds. The only time we see money coming is when PACE organizes. But as an association, we haven't yet. But the far we've come, being this organized, it shows commitment, it shows courage, it shows positive mindset and growth trajectory. So I believe our growth trajectory is going to come through this kind of presentations where we can be systematic and also be on point in whatever we do. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me officially close down this meeting with a closing word of prayer. A gentleman opened and I want a lady to close. Is there any lady?
Okay, good afternoon, everyone.
Devon, how are you?
For today's session, thank you so much, the organizers, that in whatever we do, so that we show this other stuff, our administrators, that PE is not just PE, it's more than PE. It has a lot. Okay, let's humble ourselves and pray. Dear Heavenly Father, one, thank you for this day. One, thank you for this far. One, thank you for this meeting and whatever has been communicated. And how I pray, oh Lord, whatever plans we've put ahead, whatever plans our leaders, may you grant them knowledge to lead us through and take us to greater heights in this physical education department. And now I pray for your protection, how I pray for your provision, and now I pray that may you always be with us and guide us through always. I pray all this, believing and trusting in the mighty name of our Lord Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen.
Please,
Thank you very much.
please be notified that the meeting was
friends, God
recorded
bless you so
and
much.
everything is going to be shared.
Thank you so much for being on board.
Thank you,
Barnabas.
Barnabas.
Vita, thank you, Vita. Thank you so much. Guys,
Thank you,
really appreciate it.
Yes, please
Thank you
note
very
that
much, guys.
the meeting was recorded and
Barnabas.
it's going to be shared.
It's been an honor to have you guys on board. Barnabas, you give me a call, shout.